10:40 in the a.m. I want to get started on time. 11 o'clock start. A minute 20 down, not wasting any time. Our next wave, waiting patiently. Give each other room, guys, give each other room. We're halfway there now, we are halfway there. Two minutes down, one to go. Our next wave, waiting patiently. Thirty seconds. All right, guys, we're up and running now over on Live RC Madness 1. Check out the Havoc trophy race. Again, heats are posted. Practice is on Madness 2 if you want to check out your lap times and all that nice stuff. I also have my big screen up if you want to check them out as you're exiting. But again, if you want to check out your lap times, and heats have been posted over on Madness 1, the Havoc race. Look for it. If I need to make any changes, anything that I need to do, please check it out before we get started. All right, guys, start exiting. Next wave. Stop exiting. Next wave. I don't want to waste any time. Start exiting. Start exiting. Parking them over on the left side, guys. We exit to the left, and our next wave. Count them off. 8. Count them off 8. Giving you guys maximum time.
Oh, okay. No, we got it. Oh, that. Oh, perfect. Thank you, bro.
All right, you're on the clock. Not wasting any time. Here we go. Volunteer marshals, anybody help me out? Volunteer marshals, anybody can help me out? Very, very, very active. Thank you, guys. Means a lot. Got cars here. Marshals all over. Thank you. Right in the front. Driver stand. Right in the front. Thank you, guys. Let's finish strong together. Let's finish strong together. 30 seconds in. Next wave of drivers waiting patiently. Next wave of drivers. On this chilly Sunday morning, 10 scale, off-road, indoors. Yep. We got a car off the tabletop. Marshal over it, thank you. Nice flow, guys, nice flow. Grip looks like it's really taking shape. Oh, over, okay. We're clear. About a minute 20 in. Our next wave, they're getting set. All right, the next wave standing by. As we're approaching 2 minutes down. It's 1 to go, guys, 1 to go. All right, guys, if you check out your heats, drivers for our first race, you should be ready to go. We're going to get started on time. So you want to be on full race mode. Race number 1 drivers, you want to be ready to go. We're about 25 seconds for our next group. Drivers for our first race is going to be Chris, Jacob Saucier, Mike Roy, Chris Bagley, AC Gio, and Joe Grenko. That's my lineup for race number 1. You should be in race mode. All right, guys, start bringing them in. Start bringing them in. Our next wave, start bringing them in. Over in front of the tabletop. In front of the tabletop. Come on, guys. We exit to the left. Exit to the left. Next wave of drivers. Count them off 8 as we're approaching a quarter to the hour.
Jacob Saucier.
All right, you're on the clock. All right, we're approaching 30 seconds in. We're coming up on the halfway. Our next wave of drivers waiting patiently. It's a quarter to the hour, quarter to the hour. Clear. Thank you, volunteer marshals. Thank you. We're getting to the nitty-gritty. You see any changes, anything that we need to do, check it out on Live RC. Come on up, let us know. Seconds, stand by. Next wave, stand by. Count them off 8, 3-minute burst.
Jacob Saucier. Jacob Saucier.
Good ball.
Start bringing them in. Next wave. Start bringing them in. Next wave. Start bringing them in. Good stuff, guys. Thank you. Start bringing them in. We're exiting on the left. We're entering to the right. Thank you, guys. All right, just put your cars down. Let's get at it. As we're approaching 10 minutes to the hour. Jars for our first race. Get those cars correct. All right, on the clock. Any volunteer marshals? Maybe my way here. Wow. Easy, guys, easy. I hope you know each other. Again, make sure things are correct over on Live RC land. I want to make sure everything's correct. Any changes, please let me know right now. We're at the computer right now, making sure everything's right. Live RC, Madness 1. Look for the Havoc race. If we need to make any changes, come and see me. Again, any changes, anything, Live RC, check it out. Make sure you're in there. Make sure you know your heats. You're responsible for where you are. You're responsible for marshalling. If you can't marshal, please let me know. We'll get someone else. If you cannot marshal for whatever reason, please let me know. Any changes, anything we need to do, let's do it now. We're coming up on the halfway, Thank you, marshals. Thank you. We're coming up on 2 minutes. 1 minute to go. Our next wave looks like we have about 3 more sessions before we get started.
Off the beginning of the straight. Clear.
All right, guys, again, we've been very busy over at the computer, and the heats just got fatter, so we got 15 heats, and 8 alone is stock buggy. 8 alone. So it's going to probably be 8 guaranteed 2 bumps for a grid of 10 as the road to the show begins at 11 o'clock. So check it out, Live RC. Maybe your names along the way has changed maybe to a later heat. Please lock in on your phones. If you don't have a phone, then welcome to 2024. But that's going to be your best friend today. We don't have no more heat sheets. Saving a tree a day. All right, guys, the session is over. Our next one, making their way. Park them over on the left. 15 heats for today's showdown to get this party started. Please double check everything, guys.
2W stock buggy. Heat 1 of 6. Race order is. Car 1 Crispy Net. R2 Jacob Saucier.
The time, 10:53.
Car 4 Chris
You
Bagger.
know what, guys? One more heat. One more heat. This is it. This is the one. One more heat.
Car 7 Joe Grandpa.
One more heat. We got one more heat after this one. One more heat after this one, guys. Okay, we're clear. Any volunteer marshals? Anybody can help me out towards the finale of this? We got one more heat after this, guys. One more heat.
What's he running? You can stop. Yes, stop. That's not enough to it. No, he was.
2 minutes.
A little bit more than heavier one.
All right, guys, finish up your laps. Our next group, I want to get started on time. Next group, start bringing them in. It's now or never. Go with God after this. We'll hope for the best. Our next group, this is our last group. Let's give it a great send-off.
Sadly, I know, right? So, it's a big one for 4-5. Is everyone over?
This is our last session, guys. Drive us to our first race. You should be finishing up tech. You should be finishing up tech. Again, let's give it a great send-off as we're approaching 1 minute in. All right, we're getting set for our first heat. 8 heats for stock buggy. All right, guys, we're gonna lessen it up a bit, so it's only gonna be 2 minutes. You got less than a minute left. Less than a minute. I want to get started on time. Drivers clearing tech. Joe Grinko in the house. I haven't seen him in a while. "30 seconds, people." Driver to our first race. It's going to be Chris, Jacob, Mike, Chris, AC, Gio, and Joe. Marshals for this race. Race number 15. It's going to be Ryan, Ramundo. It's going to be Justin Allen, Mike, Retroselli. It's Juan Lopez and Chucky. That's my lineup for Marshals. You guys are first. All right, guys, start bringing them in. Start bringing them in. It is time. It is time. Start bringing them in. I want to get started on time. Start bringing them in. Start bringing them in. Again, Marshals. Ryan, Justin, Mike, Juan, and Chucky. That's my lineup. Maybe one more volunteer marshal. Quiet before the storm. Remember, we're entering to the right and we're exiting to the left. Entering to the right, exiting to the left. Want to keep a nice flow. You know where staging is. Near the compressor. All right, we're getting set for first round action. 15 heats, 8 alone for stock buggy. 8 alone. That's how we're going to get this party started.
Chris with that. AC. Mike Roy.
All right, waiting for Chris to check in. Gio to check in.
Chris Fadway.
All right, need Gio and Tech.
1472.
Anybody know if he's here? Everybody else is checked in? All right, everybody's checked in, and we're parked right before the tabletop. All right, so it's going to be Chris who's going to kick things off. I need marshals. Let's see, before we get started. You get one more. Okay, I got the point. Okay, got it. Thank you, Joe. It's going to be Chris who's going to kick things off at the tone, followed by Jacob. Then we go to Mike, Chris, AC, Gio, and Joe. Guys, let's not overthink it. This is the first of 2 rounds. Here we go. Marshals are ready. Drivers ready. Chris at the tone. Go, Jacob. Mike. Chris. AC. Gio. Joe. Halloween Havoc Offroad Trophy Race. And we are officially underway. Drivers for race number 2. Bring them up. All right, just run laps. Don't overthink it. Drivers for our next race. You should be clearing tech. Drivers for our next race.
After 1 minute, the top drivers are AC with a 26 lap 508.8 pace, Chris Vivette with a 24 lap 511.5 pace, and Jacob Saucier with a 23 lap 5.1 pace.
Drivers for our next race. It's Nick, Berube, Andrew, Ryan, Nick, Joshua Stewart, Pat, Mike Valentine. I need you in tech. Race number 2, 2-wheel drive stock buggy, heat number 2.
After 2 minutes, the top drivers are AC with a 24 lap 501.3
AC
pace.
doing work, 12 flat last time around.
Lap 512.7 pace, and Chris Wimet with a 23 lap 504 flat pace.
The fast guys are out tonight. 11.5 for AC. Wow. 4.5 second lead over Jacob. Finds himself on a 24.510. Chris on a 23. With Chris Bagley in fourth on a 23.504. It's Mike Roy, 22. Joe Grenko on a 21. G on a 19, but it's AC doing work. As we're approaching 225, a little bit past the halfway. We're watching race number 1. 6 heats of stock buggy today, and we're running a crowd. Good stuff, good stuff. Really filling them in today. AC with a 12 flat, Jacob with a 14.4, Chris Bagley now in third with a 13.6.
2 minutes left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are AC with a 25 lap 508.4 pace, Jacob Saucier with a 24 lap 511.8 pace, and Chris Bagley with a 23 lap 503.2 pace.
Our next wave of drivers clearing tech. AC with a 12.1, Jacob with a 12.6. Chris Bagley with a 12.6, our other Chris with a 12.8, Mike Roy top 5 with a 13.3, Joe with a 19 flat, Gio with a 13.6. Again, you're watching first run action, two-wheel drive stock buggy for this year's Halloween Havoc Offroad. It's AC setting up early TQ 25.506.
One minute left. After 4 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are AC with a 25 lap 505.2 pace, Jacob Saucier with a 24 lap 509.1 pace, and Chris Bagley with a 23 lap 501 flat pace. Mike Roy done with
Finish
a
strong,
504.2 result. Chris Bagley done with a 23 lap 507.1 result. Jacob Saucier done with a 24 lap 511.4 result.
Just waiting for Grinko, and that's a race. It was AC taking it down, set up early TQ 25 at 5:10, 12.3 last lap. It was Jacob coming in second with 24 laps, and Chris Bagley in third with 23. All right, we exit to the left. Make sure your equipment is off. Come out of Marshall. Race number 2 on deck.
Up next, race number 2.
It's going to be Nick, Andrew, Ryan.
2 of 6. Race order is
Nick's a Candy. We got Joshua, Pat, and Mike Valentine. Great lineup.
Ryan Honda. Car 4 Nick Sackend. Car 5 Joshua Stewart. Car 6 Pat Byros. Car 7 Mike Valentine. Mike Valentine. Ryan Raymondo. Pat Byros. Joshua Stewart. Nick Bruce. Nick Sackend.
All right, everybody's checked in. We're parking them over at the tabletop. Everybody's checked in.
Oh,
All right, so it's going to be Nick Baru who's going to kick things off at the tone, followed by Ryan. Then we go to our other Nick. It's Joshua, Pat, and Mike. I should see 6. Again, the names are Nick Barubi. Oh, Owen's in this one. Okay, that's fine. You go over, Owen. Go over one more time. Yep. All right.
Olin Newman.
So it's going to be Nick, Barubi, Ryan, our other Nick, Joshua, Pat, Mike, and Olin. Marshals look alive. Drivers good luck. It's Nick Barubi at the tone. Go Ryan, Nick, Joshua, Pat, Mike, and Olin. And we are underway. All right, race number 2, heat number 2, two-wheel drive stock buggy. We're trying to beat a 25-5-10. These are rocky rounds, 2-round schedule for today's showdown. As our next wave of drivers making their way to tech. Drivers for our next race, I should see Chris, Ryan, Aaron Cross, Fabian, Andrew, Brent, and Bob. You should be clearing tech. Well, coming up on a minute, it's Mike Valentine, the early leader. 25-502, 11-9, last lap. Oh, yeah, he came to play. He was here all day yesterday. It's Ryan on the 24, Olin on the 24.
With a 25 lap 503.3 pace, Ryan Raimondo with a 24 lap 506.9 pace, and Olin Newman with a 24 lap 508.5 pace.
.340 remaining. Mike Valentine, 11-9. Young Ryan, 12 flat. Nick Barubi on a 12-2. Olin on a 12-2. Joshua with 12-4. Nick with a 19-7. Pat with a 22-8.
After 2 minutes, the top drivers are Mike Valentine with a 25 lap 503.1 pace, Ryan Raimondo with a 24 lap 5.9 pace, and Nick Barubi with a 24 lap 509.7 pace.
Hey, it's Mike doing everything right. Another 11-9, 25-502. Young Ryan on a 24 flat. Nick Barubi on a 24. No, Joshua. Again, it's Mike on top, trying to make a run at early TQ, trying to reset a 510. He's currently on an 0-1. Nick Barubi now in second, battling with young Ryan. Ryan really putting together a good campaign here, 25-5-11. Nick Barubi on a 24.
Drivers are Mike Valentine with a 25 lap 501.8 pace, Ryan Raimondo with a 25 lap 511.8 pace, and Nick Barubi with a 24 lap 507.4 pace.
A minute 40 remaining. It's Mike with a 12-4, Ryan with a 16-9, still on 24-505, very respectable. Nick Barubi on a 24-07. Then it's Joshua on a 23, Olin on a 23. Nick Sakandi on a 21, Pat on a 17. But it's Mike trying to reset this thing early. Again, you're watching race number 2, heat number 2 of stock buggy. Race number 3 drivers clearing tech. Again, Ryan in that second spot, Nick third as we're approaching a minute.
1 minute left. After 4 minutes, 1 second, the top drivers are Mike Valentine with a 25 lap 5.
30 seconds remaining.
Where's my battery at? Not even close.
20 seconds. All right, finish strong, finish strong.
Nick Sapendi done with a 21 lap 502 result. Joshua Stewart done with a 23 lap 503.6 result. Nick Ruby done with a 24 lap 511.7 result. Mike Valentine done with a 25 lap 503.6 result. Ryan Raimondo done with a 24 lap 519 flat result. Half-Iros done with an 18 lap 515.8 result. All drivers are finished. Olin Newman done with a 23 lap 518.5 result. Up next, race number 3. 2WD stock buggy. E3 of 6. Race order is: Car 1 Chris Seilperry. Car 2 Ryan Hansen. Car 3 Aaron Cross. Car 4 Fabian Soucy.
All right, it's going to be Chris, Ryan, Aaron,
Car 6 Brent
Fabian,
Palmer.
Andrew, Brent,
Car 7
Bob.
Bob Mayer. Ryan Hansen. Brent Palmer. Chris Seilperry. Bob Mader. Andrew Quintella. Fabian Soucy. Aaron Cross.
All right, everybody's checked in. Want to make sure I got my marshals in place. The 4 corners, 2 in the middle, 4 corners, 2 in the middle. All right. It's going to be Chris who's going to kick things off at the top, followed by Ryan. Then we go to Aaron, Fabian, Andrew, Brent, and Bob. Good luck. Trying to beat an 03. Chris at the tone.